Alright people, this is back-to-back YouTube videos, and this one is going to be on the Alexander Fitness channel. Yes, I am Alexander, that's my real name. Not a gimmick, not bullshit. This is my fitness channel, where all I will talk about is sports and fitness. There will be no sex and dating on this channel. There will be no sex game on the Alexander Fitness Sports channel unless there is a good reason for it. Usually if I run out of space, or I need to create a new channel, and I need to drop a video on this channel just to get y'all familiar, that would be the only three reasons why I would do that. Other than that, this channel is only for fitness and for sports only, okay? So don't nobody freak out on the Alexander Fitness channel when you watch it 6 months from now or from a year or 2 or 3 years from now and you see some videos on here that look like they were on to another channel and be like, man, what's going on? You know my name's Alexander, and you know I talk about sports and fitness. That's the only two things we're going to talk about on this channel. You know, so that way nobody gets confused or nobody gets mad and take it personal. Because I have some people who watch these videos, and when they see me in person, they get the mean mug in me because I don't be explaining stuff 100% to their liking and don't explain to them what it is that I do. So I'm trying to make myself as very clear as possible so when y'all see me in person, y'all understand where I'm coming from. Some will understand and some will never understand, unfortunately. But there's nothing I can do about that. That's a part of life. Not everybody's gonna like you. I'm gonna make a motivational video called "Not Everyone Is to Like You" because I have a friend of mine who has a hard time understanding that. But the point in this video is gonna be called Alexander Fitness. It might be episode 2, episode 3, and it's gonna be called The Gym versus home versus the park workout. Now, the reason why I'm making this is because since we're at home and it's the accident, and you do understand for reasons I cannot say the real name because they can demonetize this video, they could terminate this channel and take the video down with no hesitation, and then I can get into a lot of trouble. So I can't say the real name of the accident, so that's why I keep using the accident. That's why I give it a nickname called the accident. Since we've had the accident, a lot of people have had a hard time getting into athletic shape. And I got 14 years of experience of going to different gyms in my 14 years. I've gone, you name the gym, chances is I, Alexander, have gone to that gym. I've gone to 24-Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness. I've gone to Gold's Gym. I've gone to Club Bay, Club Onyx, Six Packs Gym. Any gym you possibly can name off, I've probably gone to it. UFC gym, yes, there's a such thing place called UFC gym. I've gone to the UFC gym. Yes, that's where some of the mixed martial artists train when they come to California for their MMA fights. LA Boxing Gym, I get invites to go to LA Boxing Gym. Have never gone, but I get invites from LA Boxing Gym. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has a gym where people go and train in. I also had a chance to go to their gym, which is it's open. And who knows, maybe in 3 or 4 weeks I might try to see if I can get a free trial, which I think is 50-50 on that. But I have trained at every gym you possibly could think of. I've trained at Venice Beach. I have also trained at home. And I've even trained at the park. So I have 14 years of experience when it comes to fitness. And I can tell you what's the difference between all three of them. And that's what this video is going to cover. It could be finished in 10, 15, 20 minutes. It could be 25 minutes before I get finished explaining what is the difference between all three here on the Alexander Fitness Sports channel. Now, let's get into the gym first, because that's probably by far that's probably like 60 to 65% of our problem is we want the gym. Okay, the gym is like a system. Like when you were in high school and college, the gym is a system where you go to the gym, you have to have a goal. You have to have some motivational goals. Any fitness trainer, any certified personal trainer will tell you, you got to have some goals. Like if it's to lose weight, it might take you 3 to 6 months, maybe a year to burn off 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of body fat and to try to build 20, 30, 40 pounds of muscle. You can't lose weight and get big very fast. Because according to math and science tells us, you have to drink a lot of water, you have to eat your fruits and vegetables, you have to get 8 hours of sleep, and your body has to rest. Now, there is a such thing of high impact and low impact workouts. High impact workouts is what I do. When I come in there, sometimes I do the Stairmaster, the treadmill. I might do that for about 10 to 15, 20 minutes. If it's a good day, I might knock out 45 minutes on the Stairmaster or the treadmill. It depends how I feel when I do it. And then the rest of the day, I'm going to do what they call an isolation workout, where I'm going to first do the chest, the upper back, the lower back, the abdominals, the legs, the calf muscles. Sometimes I might mix it up. Sometimes I might go to the Olympic sized water pool and relax the muscles. If there's too much physical tension in your upper body and lower body, you might cause an injury when you go to the weight room. I see plenty of guys in high school and college from the age of 18 to 27, and a lot of you guys make this mistake like I made. You go into a gym, like you see in those movies and television shows, and you think you can lift everything, not realizing you can strain your arm, strain your leg, you can hurt your back, your neck, and it might take you 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to recover. Or if you have a serious injury, it might take you 6 to 9 months, maybe 2 years to come back and pick up where you left off. So sometimes to prevent injuries, I might go into a water pool for about 20 to 30 minutes to loosen up and relax the muscles, keep them free, so that when I do the intense workout, whether it's 45-minute workout, whether it's 1 hour, whether it's 2 hours, whether it's almost 3 hours at the gym, the body don't be so physically intense to the point where you try to bench press between 200 to 250, and then all of a sudden you can't lift it because your body's all burned out of energy. This is why it's important to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the three most important meals. And any certified personal athletic teacher or health teacher or PE teacher will tell you, any athlete will tell you, breakfast is the number one important meal of the day. What you eat for breakfast determines how good or how bad your workouts are for the rest of the week. When you go to the gym is a system, okay? You're only as good as that system. And that's called, when I was in high school and college, they have a term for it. It's called control environment. A control environment means everything goes your way. You have everything at your available. You look like Superman or Hercules when you go to these gyms, right? And when these gyms close down, whether it's for 5 months, 6 months, a year, you ain't Superman no more. You're not Hercules no more. You're just who you was before you came into that system. That's all gyms. And when you can't have access to those gyms, you don't have access to certain exercise equipment. Certain gyms become restricted, limited. You don't have certain workout equipment. So now you feel adequate. I don't want to say the other word because it's a cuss word, so I'm going to say adequate. You feel adequate. You don't feel like Superman no more. You don't feel like Hercules. You don't feel like Thor no more because of that circumstance. Now, what you have to understand about gyms is that when they open back up, you are Hercules again. You are Superman. You are Thor again. But when they're closed, you feel what you was from before. That socially awkward kid back in high school and college that everybody laughed and made fun of because of the way you look. And the gym helps build motivation and confidence. The more you spend time in the gym, the more you feel like Superman, Hercules, and Thor. Some people will say Dragon Ball Z characters like Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Future Trunks. Some people will bring in comic book characters from Marvel and DC or anime. What I'm trying to say is when you go into a controlled environment, you're going to think you're Goku and Vegeta because of those training montages that you see in the anime. When you see how Goku trains or how Vegeta trains their body, you visualize yourself at 24 Hour Fitness as Goku when he transforms into a Super Saiyan, or when Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2. I'm not trying to talk about anime. I'm trying to talk about how they show the training montages. Or if you watch Batman versus Superman, when Bruce Wayne's training his body before he goes and fights criminals, and then goes takes his attention to Superman. Every Batman film, you always see Batman do training montages. And a lot of us watch those movies, and the first thing we think is we're Captain America. We think we're Steve Rogers and things of those nature. And then when we don't have that system to go to, we feel adequate. So that is the good and the bad of a gym. Now let's go to the home environment. The home environment is another system. You come home, you work at home, you live at home. Again, you feel like Superman. You feel like Hercules. You feel like Thor because you're at home. And it's just like the gym. They have a lot of similarities. You have exercise equipment, but to a less degree. Now you're in a situation where you can't get bigger, stronger, and faster. Because when you was at the gym, you can get bigger and stronger and faster. In this situation, you can just get big and strong, and that might take you instead of see at the gym, it might take you maybe 3 to 6 months, maybe 9 months to get to the level you want. At home, it might take you the whole year to get to that same level. Now at home, you might gain a lot of weight because you might, depending on what you eat or drink, and excuse me, and you may not be able to burn off the fat as fast. So that's the issue with working out at home is that you're extremely limited. Like you're limited to like 60 to 65%. Like you might be able to work up to 65%, but you're not going to be able to break the wall and go 70, 75, 80, 90% at home because if you don't have all your gym equipment, because gym equipment costs anywhere from $500 to almost $3,000 cash to create your own gym. A lot of people who live in high class, middle class areas, they have gym equipment that costs anywhere from $500 to $1,000 or $2,000, and they don't have to go to 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness like I do or you do. They have the luxury of going from 10% to 100% at home and never have to come outside the house to go to the gym. So that again is another system. Now, if you got money and you can buy some gym equipment, you're still limited because it might take you a year to get to your fitness goal. Where if you was at a 24-hour fitness or Planet Fitness, you would be able to do it and knock it out in 3 to 6 months and look like Superman and Hercules and Thor. Where at the it might take you the whole year to look like Thor. So at the gym, it takes you 6 months to look like the mighty Thor. At home, it will take you a whole year, maybe a year and 2 or 3 months, depending on circumstances. Now let's get to the park. The park is where you have a series of challenges, okay? The park is where it's going to test your real limits. See, the gym can test your limits for when you go to a real environment, you know what to do. See, gyms and homes are called control environments. The park is like you're going to Mother Nature, okay? You're now a part of nature. Nature, the park has become your gym now. And it's going to test all your limits, good and bad. It's going to test where you're strong, it's going to test where you're weak, and it's going to test where you fall apart. The difference between the Stairmaster and the treadmill is that when you do it, you feel it wide. You feel it in the middle of a workout, okay, where it's physically intense. When you walk for 10 miles to 15 miles and you walk, your body is going to feel it for the whole entire day. Like your arms, your legs, your back, all over your body, the pain's gonna ache. And there's an old saying. When I used to do martial arts, I used to ask my martial arts senseis, what's the difference between the treadmill and somebody doing 10 to 15 miles of running and rocking? And they told me it goes like this. When you go to a gym, like 24-hour fitness or LA fitness, your body is being trained to be designed to where it can only do a certain amount of miles in the gym, where in the real world your mind will tell you you can do anything and your body will tell you we can't do this. So it might take you 6 months, 9 months to get used to the idea of doing 3 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles of walking. Like if you go from where I live at, I live on Slauson and Western, or you could say Slauson and Dinker, right? If I say Slauson and Dinker all the way to the Fox Hills Miles, to Westfield, which used to be called Fox Hills, that is, by my count, 7.1 miles. That's just 7 miles. But let's say 3 or 4 days later, I do it again. 7 plus 7 is 14. I would have done a total of 14 miles. Yes, I'm doing 7 miles going to the same distance, but 7 plus 7 is 14 miles. I would have done 17, I would have done 14 miles. And if I done 14 miles, guess what? For almost a day or 2 days, what? It's going to be hard for me to walk. It's going to be hard for me to get up, sit down, stand up. And I'm going to feel it all over my body because what? When you go to the park, you're truly being tested for your limits. Where in the gym, okay, I can drink some water, sit down for 20, 30 minutes. Your body doesn't feel it because when you're in the gym, it's a controlled environment. Now, when you go home from the gym, you're going to feel the effects because you went to the gym, you felt it, it came, it's gone. When you're at home, you felt it because you're at home. You recover in controlled environments much faster. That's why people love the gym. That's why people love working at home. You recover faster. But when you go out to the park, that is the real challenge. That is the real test. That's when we're going to find out, are you strong physically? Are you weak physically? Are you strong here or weak here? That's where we're really going to find the real test. This is how come some guys that when they play basketball, football, baseball, they don't crack under pressure. You'll be trying to figure out how does a professional athlete don't crack under pressure when it's 85, 90, 95, 100 degree temperature, and how come you need water every 23 minutes and it be almost an hour before he gets water? Because he trains himself in that environment. You have athletes that train in hot conditions, cold climates. You got athletes who train when it rains and they see thunderstorms and they train in the middle of a thunderstorm. You thinking and I'm thinking this guy might get struck by some lightning. He must be crazy, right? Some of those athletes do that because it makes this strong, okay? Your body could be 100% physically powerful, but this could be mentally weak. So when you go on a job interview, you don't get the job because what? It's messing with your mind. Or you go to a nightclub or a bar to talk to a woman and you get rejected 5 or 10 times because your mental capacity is weak. Some guys go do 5, 10, 15 miles in 7 months and they strengthen their mental power, their willpower, and that's how come they don't be cracking under pressure. So when they do high level intensity workouts and high performances in basketball and football and baseball games, whether they're in high school, college, or professional, or they're just doing it for the pure joy of getting in athletic shape, that's why those guys don't crack under pressure. You ask any professional athlete in sports, and 99.99% what I just told you in this video is 100% accurate information. You can ask a basketball player, a football player, a baseball player. Don't matter if they're in high school, college, the pros, semi-pros. You ask any athlete. They could be retired from the NBA, retired from the NFL, and what I'm telling you is true. The reason why I'm bringing in the difference between all three is because there are some people who prefer going to the gym. There are people who prefer working out at home. And there's some people who like the park. And then you have what they call I do all three. I've actually done all three. I've gone to the gyms. I've gone to every gym. I worked out at all the gyms. I worked out at home. And I've even gone to the park. So I can tell you the difference between all three on this channel. So this was just to try to explain to you what is the difference between your workouts. So this is to give you some type of information so when you watch this video, when you decide to watch it and you want some feedback, this is the feedback. So this was just to explain what's the difference between all the gyms. Next time, the next episode will be more about, will be focused more about the difference between running the treadmill versus doing 5 to 10 miles of just straight out walking. Because there are some people that do their walks, and some guys have what they call stamina issues, right? And a lot of guys be wondering how come a guy that's 30 or 40 could actually last long in a pickup game of basketball. So we're going to talk about the difference between how you run on the treadmill for cardio and strength and stamina versus the same thing but doing walking. I've done both of those, and I don't want to put it here in this video because then it'll be too much in the video. You'll get lost and confused that I'm throwing too much stuff in the video. The point of this video is to explain what the subject title is. And the next video, we're going to talk about just that. What's the difference between when I do 5 or 10 miles at a gym versus when I have to do it for real walking. Until then, peace.